you touched the subject of insecurity a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Is that from a personal standpoint? Because I can't see what Malcolm Jamal would be insecure about. Like, matter of fact, and you said that you were in a relationship and you allowed yourself to be disrespected. How?
Not speaking up for myself. Being a good man, right? Being what I felt, I thought a good man is supposed to be. And in that, not being forthright about things that were not necessarily okay with me. There is so many of us were raised, in ways that we may not necessarily consider traumatic. Right. But, and I'm making a general statement. So you may have some people watching this who may not agree, in their particular individual situation. But when we think about our parents' generation and how they were raised, right? They were raised by parents who went through trauma.
Absolutely.
Who were raised by parents who went through trauma. Who were raised by parents who went through trauma. So there's this intergenerational trauma that continues to get passed on. And there were some, and I'm not throwing my mom under the bus at all, because my mother is, probably, I would say 79, 80% the reason I'm the man I am today. I give my mother props all day long. But I was raised a certain way.
Yeah.
And, in this particular relationship, what I had come to realize is that there were things that I was trying to be okay with because of the way that I was raised.
Yeah.
And, and even my mom and I even had a conversation about this, but there were, because she was the mother and I was the son, there were, a lot of ways that I could not express myself or express my displeasure. Right? Like, how do you tell your mom you're not pleased with how she's talking to you, or, how she's disciplining you? How do you tell your mom that, right?
Yeah,
So
you might catch your ass whooping.
Right. So what I found, it took me some time to realize, toward the end of the relationship, and being out of the relationship, because there were still so many of those things that I had carried, and just so many things that I wasn't respecting myself and my space enough to speak up for myself.